Hi Stampers, it's super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, USA. I'm excited to be included in the August Stamp and Scrapbook Expo Mega Make and Take. I have prepared an acetate gift box and also an easy flip fold card in your project kits. So I'll demonstrate the assembly of these projects first. And then I'll move to some additional projects, including the bundle from the Nothing's Better Than stamps and die cutting set. Then I'll move to showing the Paper Pumpkin monthly kit program developed by Stampin' Up! And also my Kits in the Mail program. And then I'll have a few fun surprises along the way. So stay tuned for my full presentation and let's get started. I have two projects to create with you today. The first one is an acetate card box. It holds about 4 to 5 A2 cards and their envelopes. So if you're looking for something to gift away some cards, this is a pretty little container. And then the second one is going to be a greeting card. Oh, and I see I forgot to put it inside in my sample, so we'll do that during the video. So I'm going to set these aside. And the package in your make and take box, this is the packet that you look for. The card stock is different for everybody. So you may have the crushed curry. It was a rainbow of colors that I included in all your kits. But look for my business card, Shirley Merker, Super Awesome Stamper. That's the kit that you need. You'll also need to pull out the acetate card box. It's flat in your make and take box somewhere outside of my card packet. All right, so the first step, find this acetate box and we're gonna form it up. So you just slip your hands in between the two layers. It's already scored, it's really easy to form up. So you're just gonna press along all of the score lines and tuck one side in. And then what I am going to do is show you how many fit. So I've got 4 different cards here. They're pretty thick because I put embellishments on them and also dimensionals, and 4 envelopes. So I'm going to tuck those in there so you can see how this works. So that was 4 thicker cards. Oop, and I got to get around the lip down there. Tuck it in, and then tuck that shut. So the reason why you want to insert your cards first before you finish off your box is that I gave you 28 inches of ribbon. Some of you got a little bit more than that. I realized after I cut off a few rolls, I was having a little bit extra. So I gave you a lot of ribbon so you could run your ribbon the long way, which secures the ends shut. All right, so there's our acetate card box all scored up. Now, pull out your make and take packet. Keep that handy somewhere so you can go visit my blog and see what's up with Stampin' Up! And what I offer. Okay, and then open up your packet. The top piece, the top Designer Series paper pack, that's the one we're gonna work with right now. So take that one out of there. And let's see, I'm going to shuffle my stuff a little bit. Slip everything off the side. And then your Designer Series paper is cut to 4 by 5 1/4 inches. So you're going to flip it over and you're going to decide which side you want to face up. Now, the pattern paper is from the Flowers for Every Season pattern pack. Everybody got a different pattern. There are, oh gosh, no, I should know this. I'm pretty sure there are 12. I think there's more than 12 patterns. We'll look in the catalog. There's a ton of patterns in this pack. That means that everybody didn't get the same pattern, which is kind of fun. You can share on the Stampin' Scrapbook Expo Facebook group all the different patterns and boxes that you create. So hopefully you've got a pattern that suits you. So tape that down to your top of your box and then run your ribbon around. Actually, yeah, no, don't run your, well, you can lay your ribbon underneath your box. That would be fine. Next piece is going to be this piece. And again, I included a piece of the solid color cardstock to coordinate with whatever pattern of designer series paper you had. Press that down. Next is going to be our jar punch. Excuse me. So actually, before you tape that down, find your little strip. You need to decide which way you're going to have your strip, going this way on the jar or top to bottom. And I think I actually like to show a little sunflower right there. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of adhesive on there. I'm going to custom cut this off. There's a little speck right there, so I'm going to have to deal with it. Let's see here. That's going to be placed through the center. And then grab your paper snips and just custom cut that off. All right, and those two scraps you don't use anywhere else. You can certainly figure out how you, if you want to use them or not. Oh, and I see I didn't attach that totally down. So now I'm going to have to back up and do a few things here. You need to be watching my sample here. I pressed those up with some dimensionals. So I actually am going to use this extra waste here so to cover up all this adhesive, so my ribbon doesn't get stuck on it. There. Okay. Now we can wrap our ribbon around. And if you don't want to secure your ribbon this way, you can certainly flip your ribbon around, and maybe I'll do that. Secure it this way, just so you can see the different style here. That way your recipient has got access to open up the, has access to the sides of the boxes without having to undo the ribbon. There, let's do it that way. And then jar will go right there. So take off your dimensional backers. So I guess I didn't have to cover up that adhesive. It all works out, right? Okay, and then trim your ends off before you put your paper snips away. Okay. You got a string of these elegant faceted gems. So on my box sample, I used 2 of the gems, and I used 4 of the gems on the card. So you can decide where you want to put all your gems. I want to save one of the pink ones for the card for sure. You know what? I think I'm going to gem last. So let's set that aside. So we're done with the first project. Yay! All right, so let's set this aside and bring in the second project. Actually, I'm going to bring in this one right here. Okay, ended the other clip with bringing out this acetate box. This was my original design, and when I realized that I wouldn't be able to get the quantity I needed for this ribbon, we switched to a slightly different version. In addition, I didn't include the doily, so I'm not sure if you can see the doily there, because the doilies are making their way to Utah right now, but they weren't going to be available to ship to me in time to get it in the kits. So we'll use the doilies on another mega make and take. So here's another design that's included in the Flowers for Every Season. There are 2 sunflower designs. And I looked in the catalog when I took the break. There are 12 different designs, 4 of each pattern in this Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper pack. So that's why everybody got a little different pattern. In addition, you may have gotten a little different ribbon. So mostly we did the Magenta Madness ribbon and the Just Jade according to the pattern paper that you got. And then a number of you also got the Daffodil Delight Ruched ribbon. So, like, I wouldn't have given you Just Jade. Well, Just Jade would have worked for any of the 3 patterns here, but the magenta one wouldn't have worked for that one. So I had to do a little bit of modifications and color coordinations. I hope you're okay with that. So I just wanted to point that out. So we're going to set this aside and we're going to do a little catalog tour. So I'm going to show you where some of these products came from. So I focused in on the Flowers for Every Season suite this time around. So in this suite of products, yep, there's this whole suite. So if you want to buy it all with one item number, there you go right there. You can also purchase everything individually as well. So I just wanted to share that it's on page 10 and 11 of the annual catalog. And here are more of the options. So the jar stamp and the sunflower stamp. So the jar of flower stamp is right there. It has the coordinating punch. So that's what I use to punch out your jar that I included in your kit. And then I just got the Celebrate Sunflower stamp set. So there's the Celebrate Sunflowers. And this is the red rubber. So I haven't even put that one together. And that has some coordinating dies, the sunflower dies. All right, proceeding with the catalog tour. Here are the acetate boxes. So page 152 of the annual catalog. We are using this size today, the item number 144628. It holds five of the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card sizes. So down here, these acetate boxes with the new symbol, they're a smaller box size. They're a square box size. So we're using the card size today. Just wanted to share that. Here are the clear envelopes. So if you like the clear envelopes that I included in your Make and Take packet, you can actually purchase those and use yourself. Our embellishment pages. So I included in this round number 15, the Elegant Faceted Gems, and those are on page 157. So you got a strip of those, 2 each of the 3 color choices. Our fabulous ribbons are on page 160 and 161. And here is the Forever Greenery trim pack. This ribbon was so popular, they had to put it on back order. They sold out their stock. Pretty sure that it's in now, but again, it wasn't going to be in time for me to include it in the kit. So it's the Forever Greenery. Most of you got the in color Magenta Madness and Just Jade. And then a good number of you also got the Ruche ribbon and the Daffodil Delight. So hopefully you got a kit that you like. Lots of fun, bright options in your kit. The Timeless Label punch I used to create the punches in the card packet. And then your jar punch right here. So you can, like I said, you can purchase that individually if you just want the punch. If you want to purchase with the stamp set, the coordinating stamp set, you get 10% off the punch and the jar. So look for those little circles that say 10% off. Okay, that's the catalog tour for this time around. Okay, we're on to project 2. I thought I'd give you a lot of options in my kit today. So we're going to make a pretty simple card, but it's got a little fun fold to it. So all my card kits, I cut and score everything for you, but I didn't do the secondary score here, and that is because it's a very easy one to do. You just take it and flip it back and line it up with the edge, the inside spine of your card, and then use your bone folder and press down. So you got an instant fun fancy fold right there. All right, the inside of my cards I line with Whisper White. It's 1/6 of an 8 1/2 by 11. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So that just gets eyeball top to bottom, left to right. And then your next layer is going to be your pattern paper. So I use the patterns from the In Good Taste pattern pack. There are 12 designs in this pack. So again, everybody got an assortment. I tried to pick up the hues that were in the pattern and coordinated it with the card base. So you might not have the crushed curry. I used all different. There was soft sea foam. There was the basic gray, Oh, I can't even think of them all, even though I made 400 kits. So again, you got to decide which pattern you want up. This one's got the, oh, it kind of looks like linen and then paint over that. I like the wood look. So my tip for this is don't put your adhesive on the pattern paper. Instead, put it on your flap here. Otherwise, you might get glue on this side. You'll just run glue on the whole thing and not even thinking you don't need it. And then I'm just eyeballing it, centering it top to bottom, and then right there, so they all have the same kind of space. All right, my next layer is going to be this piece. So original design used those vellum doilies, which I couldn't get in time. They're actually still not in the warehouse. So I already had these squares cut to 3 by 3. So just rip that, not even in half. And what I'm going to do is add a fun little quick texture right there. So run some adhesive on there, and then run some adhesive on this piece. And if you don't want to rip your card or cardstock, you don't have to. Another thing, oh, that I could have done, and I think I did on the sample, bring the sample in here. Now I've got adhesive on it, but I can still kind of work with it and rough it up. All of these patterns in this In Good Taste pattern pack are wood and all different sorts of brick. There's just a lot of neutral textures, so it's a good pack to get if you just need a lot of neutral backgrounds. Okay, there. Kind of roughed it up a little bit. And I got cardstock stuck to my hands with the adhesive. All right, so next step is going to be your punch. So it's the Everyday Label Punch. Now, Stampin' Up! Prohibits us to include stamped images in your kits. So I left that plain, and you can stamp with whatever you'd like. I'm selecting the Hello stamp from Gracie's Garden. And I'm pulling in the Melon Mambo ink pad. So I know I'm going to keep this composition, so I need to do a hello kind of towards the top, and I could probably do a hello over here as well. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do it because it's not totally flat, and I might not get a good impression. All right, so we're done with the ink pad. So next step is to put some adhesive on there. I'm using our Stampin' Seal today. It's our new adhesive. I really like it. I haven't had any issues. You just got to do kind of a little fleck after you pull up on your adhesive so that the adhesive will break from the roll. All right, now I gave you a little bit of this. It's not baker's twine. Now the name escapes me again. Wow, I'm filming in the early morning, and so maybe I got to write down my names. We'll look that up in the catalog as well. So what I'm looking for actually is my box. So part of the reason why I've got overhang here is that I wrapped the ribbon this way, but you should have enough that you're going to snip one of your ends. So that's where this piece came from. And let's snip. I'm going to retie that bow at some point. We just need a little bit off of there. All right, and so now I've got two pieces of ribbon I'm going to adhere. So I'm going to roll a little bit of adhesive on there. And this neutral ribbon will stick right there. Now the ends are kind of loose. That's okay with me. They can go wherever they want. It's kind of an organic looking card. And then that'll cover up the rest of the adhesive. And then I'm going to pull in my gems and the flower. So the little flower punch, you got to have a pop of color. So most of the cards, well, all of the designer series paper is neutral. I wowed you with some, hopefully some colored cardstock. And then the pop of color is going to be this little punched flower in pink. You could also have the blue side up if you like the blue side. Ooh, I kind of like the blue side, but now I got the, let me pull that off of there. We're going to just do a lot of pops of color on this one. There. All right, so let's pull back my box. We're on to our elegant faceted gems. Need to decide where we're gonna divvy those up. So I did, if you look at your elegant faceted gems, there's a light pink, a solid white, and a clear, and they all have got a little, they're faceted just like the name says, so they're kind of fun in the light. They catch the light. So I know I'm going to put the large pinkish one right there. And then the second pinkish one. How about, I think I put one on the bow. And then the solid one I put over the flower. The solid large one. And then the clear one I put there, and then the smaller white one. Let's just put that right there. Oops. And then the center large one I put, so here's my sample card. I put it through the center of that flower. I could put it right here. Where do I want to put this one? Yeah, let's put it right there. Kind of completes the flower center. There. So those are the projects in your kit today that I designed for you. And then I'm going to look real quick. We're going to find that name of that ribbon. The ribbon is, shout out with me, there we go. The ribbon is number 15, which is the braided linen trim. That's a kind of a newish ribbon, not to this catalog, but it's new. It was new, I think, in the spring catalog. Okay, so those are the two projects, and I hope you come back. We are going to be doing a few more projects so you can create along with me and see what's up in my stamp space. Hey there, hope you enjoyed my assembly video. These are the two projects that you created along with me. I would love to see what your projects look like, so post a photo of the projects you created in the comments below or on the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo Facebook group somewhere and tag me so I can see what you made. Next up will be a short slide showing the prize that I'm sponsoring for this event. It's two of the For the Love of Felt project kits along with the coordinating stamp set. I'll include the catalogs here, the winter catalog and the annual catalog, and of course a thank you card in there. Then the next slide will be my show special, which is place an order using the host code that'll flash on the screen, and I'll send you a package of those free doilies. I've got a ton in stock now because they were making their way to my house while I was making the video and before I think I shipped the kits off to California for you. So I would love to get those doilies in your hands. You need to place an order according to what's showing up on the screen. And also those ordering details will be on the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo Facebook group and website. Okay, next up, I am going to be sharing a project using this stamp set. Look how fun this stamp set is. It's the Nothing's Better Than stamp set and coordinating dies. So stay tuned and you'll see what I created.